No comment. But yeah, now we got XIFL PsineWave.
Right, I think these two went to game 5 in the earlier set today.
So basically, what was happening in that first set was, at first, XIFL's approaches were getting predictable, and that PsineWave got really comfortable, and then he was able to mix it up and feint. So now, PsineWave knows that going into the set.
Right. We've got layers here, adaptations after adaptations.
Is XIFL gonna stick to the same basic feints, or is he gonna try?
Cora, let's do this
throw him
finals.
off?
Thanks. Oh, he just runs in as a dive either.
Yeah, throws off the tempo here. Yeah, definitely not something that PsineWave is expecting. And over here, he has the early lead. Tries to convert the stage advantage, but
You know, he's just
fights his way
bringing him
back.
all the way across the stage here.
Yeah.
Even fights out the corner dash attack. We got this.
There dodges? You have to be very careful with those.
I've seen so many of those situations in the first set where he would just land with those up airs out of disadvantage. Unleash PsineWave, so
Yeah.
he's back to who you got trades after
Hard
trades.
call out on the full hop. Good, but doesn't get killed for it.
Right,
but
I do think
this
it's
is
looking for a
situation.
jet there.
No panic there from PsineWave. Very good, yeah. PsineWave is definitely playing more patient. Oh, let's see how we can hold on to the speed, if at all.
Yeah, because if I was just trying to poke here, holding his ground.
That side B was wishful thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, definitely know what he wants. He wants jab to bear, he wants side B. I mean, F to the ledge.
Tries to stall it out.
Right.
Oh,
Hesitated a little bit there.
maybe didn't know if the nair would like linger and like stuff it out, but
We just got great platform movement from both players happening right now.
you can really appreciate like
Just clean movement in this game. I think especially with the limitations and how platforms work, it just makes like good movement all the better.
yeah.
That being said, that might not have been the best thing for PsineWave there.
You know what? We're good.
Right, we've got now shield. Oh my
A lot of
god,
chip
they took it
damage
at
there.
97, that's insane.
Maybe try to dash back from that.
And this is where PsineWave is at his best, like you said. He's got full start lead and XIFL. See if he gets to close it out. I think it definitely helps for him being more warmed up in this situation. He's definitely played more sets than XIFL today.
He's warmer right now, yeah. Which is a very real thing. But he finds the nair to get something started. That's 50%. Now he's gonna be trying to convert weak hits or straight down tilt pokes into a kill because Roy can do that. Oh, that's gonna do it. And then there's a second one. Oh, that one was with space.
A good read after a down to attack trace here would definitely seal it out for XIFL.
Yeah.
He's definitely not like losing.
Yeah. But the ledge trap here is.
PsineWave should try and catch his high recoveries a lot.
Yeah, like he went for the fair. The first one worked. He went for it again. And it worked.
Bit unfortunate there with the soft spot after the trump.
So PsineWave gets a second lease on life here. And
He was ready for the jump out there too.
that was just a really bad.
Right, he could have gotten a hit before Alpha Smash even hit that few. Soft spot is coming out. But, you know, it's not a big deal. He's still got him at the ledge right now.
This is scary because you're basically guessing.
Right.
Fights his way out.
Swings out the ground with Ness too.
XIFL needs that one nair, and there's the
I
one
think he's
nair.
looking for up air here, more up air.
Ooh. I don't know if
Great.
that grab was a misinput, but XIFL was so ready to punish
Right,
that.
and now Ness is already at kill percent. Oh, you know, he is looking for those down tilts.
That was a really late trade.
Right, for both players actually.
Oh, yeah. He was
one or
dashing
two more
in.
might do it even.
That was full DI in. Don't care for your life there. Oh, yeah.
That's how role players do be sometimes.
Oh, that's it.
Alright, that's it.
Once again, that's the DI in, so it's on straight up.
You know, I think PsineWave just knew that in so many situations where XIFL was just stuck in the corner there and he wanted to swing his way out with Ness. It's really easy to just challenge it with how disjointed dash attack.
Especially because, like, a lot of the mix-ups right now that XIFL is doing is like dash back or jump back.
And
And
he'll just
it's
come
actually
back
the
in
same
with an
space. So
aerial.
if you
Yeah.
dash attack that you overshoot the dash attack.
Right.
It is gonna cover a lot of the basic feints that Ziffle's
And it's
doing,
pretty
so-
hard to punish for him too, because he'll be in the air or he'll dash back out of it.
Definitely ran away with the lead on that one though.
Yep.
I don't think this means anything for
Right.
this situation where it's neutral. They're still really close to
Right, it's not indicative of like any player being better or making better use of the stage. Understanding what you can do with your lead. Not fair maybe? Oh, did it look like a double jump? Yeah, no? Okay.
Right now, XIFL still is getting stuffed on a few of his approaches by
Yep.
PsineWave.
I think he's actually giving a bit too much respect to PsineWave.
I can see that.
Really needs to make his life hard, make him guess. That's what Roy does best.
Yeah, there's like situations where, like, you don't have to air Ness. That's where Ness is best, but Roy can just pick his spots.
Yep.
He's so fast. Put you in those uncomfortable situations.
Right, you don't have to play what Ness wants to. West side free.
Oh, that's a regrab, but
Right. I do
He
think he
dashed
may
back.
have been trying to go for it from the 50 up.
covers the roll and reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I don't think. Yeah,
Maybe if he
that
went
was a
high,
bit.
but it's not likely to really work.
XIFL was way too high up for that to be of any real threat.
Yep.
This is a bad situation for Roy. Ooh. The
Now I
mix up
see
on the
how
movement.
XIFL uses this lead now compared to what PsineWave did. He's got drop through out there.
Right now he can afford to slow it down and pick
Yep.
his spots even more than he was before. Yeah.
Doesn't look like that's really happening though. He's just swinging those bears.
Oh,
That would be
good.
it. Oh, he didn't get the strongest hit.
But he rolls his way back. That's
Yep.
not an option he does often.
XIFL's back in the corner and PsineWave dash attacked again.
Oh, that's
that'll
gonna
be
do
it.
it. Yeah. As soon as that air dodge wasn't fast forward, I think San was new.
Right. And I don't think XIFL was like fully prepared. I don't think he might have known that PsineWave would
That
come
was.
into it.
Oh, that's gonna do it. Yeah,
Yep.
catches it.
PsineWave didn't really
Yeah.
do much there.
That was just like a situation that you have to instantly react to.
Yep, you've got to jump out or you got to air out. Just one or the other. Let's give a grab there.
Oh, that angle is so bad. Got to do it again? No.
He sneaks under though. Right, we're back to mid steam. He caught him on his jump there, that was great.
That was a really far grab. Oh,
Whoa, I think he wanted to drop through air.
drop through, yeah, and then he got stuck on the platform because it's game platforms.
The PA, off there coming out.
And now, yeah, Sybil's just poking right now. 'Cause
Right.
That's really all he has to do.
And it's really hard for Ness to find an opening too. He's not a
Yeah.
character who approaches most of the time,
Oh,
Oh, a bit of a...
thing didn't pull the trigger. there.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Kind of. I
Ziffle-
think he is trying to like present a few options as like bait.
Yep.
To try and get the kill from overextension.
Right, but most of the time he ends up like hesitating. Doesn't really pull the trigger quite fast enough.
That's still data though, so
Yep.
oh, drops out of it again.
Triple dash attacks coming out.
You gotta be frustrated at that one.
Right. And we do know what PsineWave wants. He does want more dash
The
attacks
dash
here.
tag, yeah. Gotta shake it off. That one was wishful thinking.
Right, right.
It would have cut the dash in, but I think Ziffle is barely dashing in right now. In that situation, he was falling. He didn't fast fall, so like.
Right.
At worst, it would trade, and then that's the kill.
You know, even if you don't die for it, you get sour spot or something, Roy can just kill
Yeah.
you off with that anyway.
You can. The soft spot upper is just a sweet spot upper in disguise.
It's twice as strong because it'll lead to a ban.
I think we're definitely seeing.
Yeah, we'll be
yeah,
seeing
that's right.
PS2 the whole set pretty much.
Yeah. Alright. Right now, Ziffle just staying back.
Yep.
They're poking each other. Now they both know that they can run away with the lead, so they have to be extra respectful at the
Right.
start of the game.
Every interaction means so much more. You know, they're just both holding back really.
Oh, PsineWave took a risk there. Not punished for it, so not the worst.
This fair is unsafe.
Finally starts getting more grabs actually. PsineWave wasn't landing or going for very many grabs in the beginning.
Right. You know, I don't think he ever was in a situation that you can get them ready. Just kept trying to dash attack at Power Rangers instead. Oh my god, he got hit with the turret.
He got hit by the
Yeah.
It could have knocked him into it.
Fortunate. Alright.
Right now, oh wow, Ness can drift so far from that. You basically can't up tilt the roll away. But
Right, he caught his ledge triangle there.
Yeah.
But wants to get this stopped fast.
When you're at high percent, you have less ledge invincibility. So
Yep. Oh, he whiffed the jump.
yeah. He doesn't catch the panic air dodge. Yeah, it might be like you said.
It's like you said, he drifted so
trigger.
far, dude. He's not ready for it. Wow.
That is certainly an option. Oh.
Ness is crazy at low percent sometimes, you know? It just puts you in those
Yeah.
situations that you might die of random straight hits.
I feel like against Ness, it's like one of the characters you see the they both try to give each
Down
other
it.
there.
Oh my god. Oh, but that's something that I've seen PsineWave try to implement in his gameplay a lot. You can do this, you can hold down, like just as you're snapping the ledge. You'll get the full hitbox and still snap like a frame after. Pretty insane.
Oh.
Right, I do think that's what happened there, because it looked like he grabbed ledge right after he hit.
Okay, so you're like basically timing the ledge grab.
Yeah, pretty much.
Comes the PK flash, which did nothing for it.
He's been very aggressive off stage, and XIFL keeps. Oh, it's very.
That should be edge, yeah. That's the third time I think he caught the roll away in that situation. He hasn't rolled in at all.
Right, PsineWave's just too afraid to roll in. But it really is a huge read on the Roy spot, you know, to be ready to S-smash that.
Like, you at least have to make them think that you might roll in.
Tries to end it all there. PsineWave's ready with side B. Air.
Oh my god!
He rolls away again. Oh my
And then
god.
the air dodge. Oh, XIFL has so much momentum going.
Yeah, and those panic options are really putting him in a world of hurt.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nasty angle, but gets it.
Yep.
But the roll scouted out.
There's so much momentum on XIFL's end here.
Finally, he fights his way back.
Yep.
This is back to neutral.
And we're pretty even, you know.
He runs all
runs
the way
the
across
whole-
stage and grabs him.
In his head. Oh my god.
This is so scary. He's gonna do it. Yeah.
That was crazy for like a minute and a half straight. All we saw
Yeah.
is XIFL dominating the
Yeah.
playing field.
Like half the character, half the player. It's weird because at this whole set, he has been playing like pretty reserved, a lot of feints.
And suddenly everything came on swinging
Yeah.
there.
He just sees like all the
Situations.
situations and like the familiar situations.
Right, and he knows when
the
it's his time
options.
to push.
It just felt like clockwork.
So smooth. Everything just fell into place.
Okay. Hello, Alienware.
Nothing. It flashed to the desktop screen. He might have been.
He might have been
trying
able
go
to get
off.
something. Yeah. I felt that too. Oh.
More this platform falling arrows. They're really trying to abuse those platforms.
PsineWave's slowing it down right now, and I get why. Like after that, you do need to slow it down.
Yep.
But goes for the cross up to make himself safe, but XIFL just waited there. No punish, but
Right, that was a great landing on the platform.
good catch.
Right, you see him trying to catch the roll in there, but XIFL just won't give up to him so easily.
Yeah. Like right now,
Oh my god.
I thought he was gonna get caught for the
could've died.
yeah, the defensive option there again. He actually waited for the air dodge too. But
Right.
the drift, yeah, he didn't commit with the drift, and that's a hard situation. You have to react there,
I do wonder if floaty characters like Ness can just hold up on Roy Nonto.
and you don't get
Right. I think it would really help so much at this matchup. Just not have to take those guessing situations. I thought we'd see an up B there, but he just perfectly sets up for the back throw instead.
Now PsineWave's the one like waiting to.
Yep.
He's trying to get those like
Right.
game-changing reads, but
That move is RNG. Sometimes you can roll out, sometimes you can't.
thanks, Sakurai.
Always looking for up air here.
Yeah.
Dash attack.
He's really not overextending now.
Yep.
Definitely what you want, because like just careless chases is what's gonna give Roy the chance to extend his lead. 'Cause otherwise, Roy has to make a really good read to extend his lead.
Still constantly chasing that base here.
These weights are putting in so much work actually for PsineWave. Oh, this is a really bad situation. Doesn't get the 2-frame.
Unlucky. RNG.
Is it RNG? Is there like some factor to it? Oh, that's
Really?
weird.
Sometimes it just hits, sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't.
That stock was all from PsineWave,
Yep.
making smart decisions.
And it
just
started
waiting.
with great reversals on the platform. You just string him all the way across the sea.
Yeah, doesn't let.
This is
Ziffel
scary
get
because
that.
even after the hit, you're still stuck like in that general range where Roy can bear you, fair you.
It takes so much work to escape Roy's burst range.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it.
Like even there, you know, there's not much you can do. You have to double jump as Ness.
Even if you double jump, you might get the south spot, and then you have to up B. And then, but
They're so ready for each other's arrows.
so even actually.
Oh, bit of a trade with the magnet there. Kind of strange. Alright, we've got Roy up is.
PsineWave-
Always at 50 again.
The juggle situation is where XIFL has had the most damage by far. Yeah. The most reliable damage. Oh, great grab there. Sends him off stage again for the reset. That should be it, but yeah, he drifts past it. And up it? Oh,
Wasn't the bad.
yeah.
Oh, he really parried that down to it. The rest is ruined.
That's so clean. Like game 3, XIFL was the one reading PsineWave's defensive options. Now PsineWave is the one reading.
Right, we never saw XIFL really get his huge stock started there.
Yeah. If game 1 and 2 were like people running away with the lead and it's like slowly going out of control,
This is
this
just
one
them
was just
holding back,
a
trying
freight
to
train.
pick that.
Woo! It's like a fucking F1 car. Getting this. So it's such a volatile way for the set to go.
It's crazy, really. Yeah.
So this first stock is probably the most important first stock in the whole set.
Yep.
Yeah. They have the information on the disadvantage. They know the neutral adjustments. They cannot let things like this happen.
You know, sometimes that just happens no matter what.
Oh, wrong way.
Yep. I do wonder if might have hit Liu Shang there. I kind of feel like it wouldn't have.
Especially if the thing was timed, it was completely
Right.
not gonna hit.
Look at doesn't dropping on the platform. Just playing around each other's shields again. Getting things out with a dash attack here.
Yeah, it's just the more XIFL dashes in, the more PsineWave is gonna try and dash attack back in response.
We've really got a lot of respect from these players.
Like an ebb and flow of their neutral options. Very nice watch.
Nice to mohawk them by XIFL, but you know, PsineWave's ready.
Oh,
Those like
yeah.
those now shields, so maybe it's not the best option for XIFL.
That doesn't roll away this time.
Right, you know, we've
Yeah,
seen
no,
this
no.
maybe the second time he's rolled in, and XIFL hasn't really been able to punish it so far. But you know for
He
sure
definitely
he's
knows
got
it,
that
yeah.
in mind now.
Yeah. Oh,
Was that up
I
tilt,
think
do you think?
that was up to yeah. He wanted to stuff out the. He knew it was coming, but
Right.
Ness's hitboxes are just way too big to stuff out like that.
Right, I'm actually kind of surprised that the up tilt didn't kill Ness either.
Who would win, Blazing Sword or Little Kid? It was a little kid.
Magic beats swords, man.
I don't see that in my Fire Emblem. Right now, Ledge Trap. Really scary situation.
Surprised we didn't see this
Yeah.
actually. That situation
Pro-
happens so much. Where
Pro-
XIFL is just trying to
didn't
catch
wanna
the
get
side
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the air dodge again for the up airs. The reliable juggle situation.
If anything, I think he might not want to land on stage as often. Maybe go off stage, try and take the guessing situation there instead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not just in this set, there's so many situations where he just tried to air dodge to the platform and gotten killed for it.
Like, Obviously, being at ledge against Roy is scary, but you've taken like what? In total, 300, 400% in those situations.
Right, and think about it. If you can replicate a similar situation, you kill Roy for it just as often as he kills you.
Oh no! I was wondering if that was gonna happen this whole set at all, because he was like not doing that buffered air dodge at all. But it finally happened. I didn't even want to mention it. Yeah.
It's not something you do want to
doesn't
see in
happen,
these games.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
now it's up to PsineWave. XIFL has to.
Right, we see what PsineWave can do with his lead
Yeah.
here.
Right now, PsineWave is doing a lot of trying to stuff approaches, not letting XIFL start anything.
Yep.
So XIFL's gonna have to try and get a.
Right, you see now he's drifting the center. He doesn't want to deal with those platforms anymore.
Like,
Oh god.
yeah, right now. Oh.
Yeah, you just
definitely-
can't go for those fair drag down grabs against Zifu. He's always ready for it.
Definitely untrue, and it only works based off player ignorance.
Oh, Zifu gets clipped here.
Oh, that's it.
my god.
Yeah. Damn.
Right, great job to
That was
PsineWave.
good. He really like pushed that
Alright, we're seeing an awesome throwing grants.
from the buffered air dodge. He just lost
Right,
control of the game.
and he knew, you know, because it wasn't one of those standard down smashes at ledge. He had it turned around, just waiting for that option. Good shit, man.
Guys, I don't want to fight Terrarian again.
Yeah, you know, just as much as we talked about how rep PsineWave is a very common occurrence, so is Terrarian versus PsineWave.
No, is this like every APC? This is grand finals.
Pretty much, like, from my knowledge, they didn't attend the previous one, but other than that, it's super common. It's always the three of them meeting in grands, pretty much. Alright. Honestly, right, you would think Ness versus Pac-Man is a more uncommon matchup, but we've seen it so many times here, ever since stuff like Terrarian versus shit, I forgot his stack, PSI-Force?
Cyforce, yeah,
Yeah.
from Philippines. Dude, there's a Ness in Philippines. There's a Ness in Singapore. There's a Ness in
everywhere.
Indonesia.
There's a Roy everywhere.
There's a Ness in Malaysia.
There's no Ness in Thailand.
There could be. There could be. So I see Shader in the chat. You just need to pick up Ness right now. Proof check key wrong.
I was shaking.
Drop Inkling.
No. But
Inkling's bad.
you didn't change the first three letters of your tag to PSI.
Right, so you're PSI catered now.
Going into grand finals, it's gonna be Terran on winner's side, PsineWave on loser's side. Very well-earned victory from PsineWave. Does Thailand have a good?
You're right. Hey man, he outperformed his seed. Okay, he seeded 9th. He got 7th.
He was the second best performing international
Right.
player.
I was talking about that earlier as well. I think after that would have been like Raylu and Cheki, if I'm not wrong.
See, I'm like the Raylu personal advisor. I'm not his coach, but I'm like his advisor. Right now, what Raylu's missing is matchup experience and stamina, because he doesn't go to these tournaments.
Right. Dude, I haven't played most of you yet, and there's not much time left. I do want to play Raylu a bit.
We should just have a setup here while we commentate.